Going back to the leadership of Braxton a little bit, is it ever truly possible to build a leader from, not from scratch, but maybe someone who doesn't have those inherent qualities? And how do you guys kind of prod that along?
Well, I think it can be taught. I think all of us, you, me, everybody sitting at this table, has a potential to be at a certain level of leadership. And so it's our job as coaches to make sure that you're as close to that potential as you can reach and teach you how to get there. And like Coach Meyer and Coach Mick do it better than anybody I've seen. And then, you know, my job is, you know, kind of behind the closed doors and just one-on-one a little bit with Braxton. And so, yeah, it can be taught. I think some guys are a little bit more natural than others, but it's certainly a taught skill, no doubt, learned skill.
Tom, what is for you this summer, as you're thinking about this offense and how you guys want to attack people in the fall, how different will it be compared to last summer for you? Just with the second year for you, second year for the players, having seen what you guys can and can't do, need to work on this spring.
Is still, we're not where we need to be throwing the football yet, but I don't think I'll be as frightened to call a pass play. So I think that's, I was telling the guys the other day, we were watching some film of spring practice, I was telling the rest of the staff, it's refreshing, you know, in the spring game, I think it was like 100% pass or something for the Scarlet team, and it felt okay. When we tried to do that last year in the spring game, it was a disaster. And so I think that's probably the biggest thing, is that it felt, you know, okay to call pass after pass after pass, and to say that's who we're going to be. It's not, but at least you don't clench up like this and say, well, you know, there's 12 guys in the box, I guess I have to call a pass here. You know, you're okay. Like, okay, yeah, now we're capable of doing this. Do we got to get better? Do we got to improve? Yeah, but it's a little bit of a relief to be able to call that and not be so frightened.
I know it's about looking forward at this point, what's ahead for you guys, but how did you guys go 12-0 after you had a summer of being frightened to call a pass play? How did that? It's way back there, but have you reflected on how that happened?
No, we had great leaders, great kids, great chemistry. Senior leadership was off the charts. Guys like John Simon and Sabino and Boren and those guys, I mean, just off the chart leadership and complete buy-in. I don't know. You know, it's kids played really, really hard, and we didn't do a whole lot of things, but what we did do, we did them really, really well, and kind of played the game that way. I don't know. Just adjusted.
What's the biggest? Where do you want to see him improve the most? I mean, sometimes you're saying, you know, he'll get the happy feet, he'll take off, but I mean, that's one of his greatest skills.
Sure.
I mean, how do you walk the fine line of, I guess you say, do the play I call?
Correct. Yeah, I think there's got to be a calculated reason for escaping the pocket. I think there's times when you still see him, and they're less today than they've ever been, where it's like, what is he doing? Why is he? There was nothing. What is he? You know, what's he freaking out for back there? And so that's a good thing. So I think you don't ever want to see him freak out and get nervous and get happy feet, so to speak, for no reason. Now, when something breaks down or the mental clock starts to tick and it's been going a while and then he takes off, that's great. There's a reason. Something broke down, something happened to make you do that, but don't let it be your own fault that you got nervous and got happy feet and decided to just start running around.
But is that still his tendency, or no? Is he breaking
No,
himself?
he's breaking it.
Yeah.
He's breaking it. He's still got a long ways to go there, but I think he's his best when he's confident that he knows where guys are going to be. And you say, well, what does that got to do with him getting nervous feet? It has everything to do with it, because when he's confident in not only his cognitive ability of the memorization of the play and where I'm supposed to go. If they do this, if the defense does this, I do that. If the defense does this, then my receiver's going to do that. And then the confidence that his receivers are going to do that, then it's all tied together. And I think that's where he can help himself the most, is just continual mental reps of you know, we don't run a lot of pass routes. You know, we kind of do the same thing over and over and over again, because again, you could call a pass play 1,000 times and see 1,000 different fronts, blitzes, coverages, you know, man coverages, zone coverages, bracket coverages, this kind of blitz, that kind of blitz, you know, a 4-man front, a 3-man front. You could see it all, and how you have to react on that specific pass play is different every time for each scenario. So it's throwing and catching the football is really, really hard because of everything the defense can do. And so the more mental reps he gets over and over and over again with the putting himself in different scenarios versus different defenses, I think the calmer we'll see his feet.